Hi, everybody. Welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim, and this is my podcast when I do it about primarily knitting and craftiness around my home, where I live with my puppy dog Ginger. I don't know why I put her first. My handsome husband Randy, his father Ronald, his kitty cat Tommy, and our kitty cat Heather. And our home is located right outside of Lima, Ohio. Anyways, today is January 2nd, 2023. Yes, it is. So weird. Anyways, and this is episode 295. I'm going to have my ginger turmeric tea while I do the podcast this morning. I'm doing this one of the first things in the morning because every day I kept thinking, I'm going to do podcast today. I got to do podcast today. And you know what? The day would get away from me, and I would not think about it again. So, anyways, it's not that I don't think about you guys. I do. It's just that if I'm in the middle of something like knitting or whatever, I just don't. I can't drop it and do a podcast because usually it's when I'm in the middle of a difficult area. So, anyways, so I'm doing it now, and I'm hoping. I'm not making a resolution. I'm hoping that I can get back to doing this weekly. Happened to be that the church is closed today, so I cannot work at the church, and I'm not tutoring until 1 o'clock. So here I am. Okay, you can find me online on YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, and WordPress as Naturally Kim's Knitting. On Ravelry, I'm Napier's Knits, and then we have Naturally Kim's Knitting podcast group where you can chat, you can put your entries for craft alongs or all kinds of things. And Instagram, I'm knitting underscore Kim. Okay, as you know, I those of you who have been with me for a while, and if this is your first time, welcome. And for all of those who have been here for a long time, big hug and welcome. Anyways, I am affiliated with Knit Picks and their sister company, We Crochet, Michaels, Jimmy Bean's Wool, and Michael's Jimmy Bean's Wool. Oh, and Lion's Brand Yarn. What that means is if you go to my show notes under, I have to look it up. It's been a while since I had to say it. At ksnapier475.blogspot.com, and you click one of those links before you shop there, I get a couple pennies. And it helps me to offset the gift cards and things that I give on here. So, like I said, I'm an affiliate with, sorry, I haven't got the yawns out today, I guess. I'm an affiliate with Knit Picks, its sister company, We Crochet, Michaels, Lion Brands Yarn, and Jimmy Bean's Wool. They all have many after Christmas specials going on and everything. So I'm not really going to go into those right now because it's been so long since I've talked with all of you. And I miss talking with you. However, I do know that I have people that have logged on to here just to see if I say their name as being the ones that random number generator drew for crafting for others. And those two people are eyenowhour and asteride. So you two, please, you have until January 15th to contact me and let me know if you would like a $10 Michaels card. I'm seeing these out of order all the time, aren't I? Knit Picks card, gift card, $10 Lions brand card, or a $10 Jimmy Beans yarn. I think I said them all. Knit Picks, Michaels, Lion brand yarn, and Jimmy Beans wool. Okay. Then in addition to, or you can have any pattern, any giftable pattern up to $10, one of them. Okay. Plus, if you hop on over to Oh, see, my mind isn't working this morning. Mila's Knit Corner, and pick a pattern from there. I was trying to find it. I really was. Um, I will also gift one of those to you. Okay, so yes, we do craft alongs, and sometimes I slip up and I call them knit alongs. Like I have just noticed, and it's been here for ages, that our monthly craft. No, oh, I guess I put the title as craft as knit along. See, I have my show notes, so I'm going to correct that real fast. Craft alongs. Okay. Um, so yes, we have a couple craft alongs going on right now. One of them rolls over every 2 months, and it's our finished object craft along. All you have to do is finish an object in any craft, take a picture of it, post it under the correct thread, which I haven't made the thread yet. I did close the other one, but I haven't started the new one yet. And that goes on through December and January. So you take a picture of your finished object, post it. If there's a pattern name that goes with it, please put it on there somewhere. And yes, I like to look at them, and I like to sometimes get them and all kinds of stuff. Okay. Oh, I even slept well. It's a dreary, dreary day, and it's supposed to be that way all week. So seeing you guys just helps me tons and tons and tons. So we do have a new craft along, and it's called Trying a New Stitch or Technique, January and February 2023. So those of you who started a new technique in December, for this one I'm going to say no, because it is for January, February 2023. So what you need to do, you need to begin an item on January 1st or after that has a new technique, a new stitch, something that you've not ever tried before. And then I want you, if you have not completed it by the end of February, because some things are bigger than others, I want you to take a picture as far as you have gotten. Okay, and I want you to do this for anything that you've finished up until then. Tell me what was the new technique or the stitch that you did that you've never done before. And then post a picture of the item, and if it has a patterning, please include it. And yeah, then you'll be in for the drawing at the end of the month. Yeah, and it'll be the same prizes. Both of them have the same prizes. A $10 gift card to either Knit Picks, Michaels, brand yarn, or Jimmy Bean's wool, and one $10 gift card from one of those, or a pattern. Heather's trying to say whether to join me, or a giftable pattern worth up to $10. And then in addition to that, you get a Mila's Knit Corner pattern. My tea is actually lukewarm, but that's what I get. It took me forever to do up my show notes and all that, so because I also always get stuck looking at other things in between. Okay. I do not know what we're going to be doing next. I will let you know that. But we have at least a month until 2 months actually till we have to worry about that. Because finished object is always finished object. Okay. I've got a couple surprises for you. It feels like something's stabbing me. I've got a couple surprises. Do you recognize this? So, I'll tell you now. I'll show you in a little bit. I did finish my acacia and my milkweed sweaters. And after doing so much color work, I decided, even though this is color work, it's just changing the colors at the end of the row. I decided to pick up my Afghan. Look at that. And this is through March 15th. So, yay, this is my temperature. This was from last year. From 2022. And look at my calendar real fast. Yeah, from 2022. And I've even told my husband I'm going to have my daughter-in-law and her husband pick up pick out 5 of their favorite colors from this kind of yarn, and I'm going to make one for Elsie because I need to make one for both my other grandkids too, but you know. Okay, now I did not bring over Genevieve's sweater. I did start it again just yesterday. There is color work, but then there is color work, and that was 4 colors. And I did like it, but I'm going to go and knit it all with the main color, kind of a beige color, and then the color work is all going to be done in pink. She loves pink. It's a soft yarn. She's going to love it. But last night, after not working on it for a while, I just decided, no, no, I love my granddaughter, and she knows this. But this is a little bit too much for me to work on right now. So I ripped it all out, and I just started the color again. And I haven't picked up Tobias's yet. So I'm not going to show you the dinosaur one again. But I will show you the unicorn one when I get a little bit beyond the color. Okay. Let's see. Okay, those are the 3 things on my needles. I did start a pair of socks. Soup kitchen socks. But this is as far as I've gotten. I haven't even completed the toe yet. So, you know, I wasn't going to show it to you, but you know, I did. Okay. Sorry. Okay, do you recognize this? This is my milkweed sweater. It was due December 14th, I think. I finished this one first. I made it 3/4 length sleeves because I like 3/4 length sleeves. And yeah, I finished this one first. This is the milkweed. This is by Jamie Hoffman Designs, or I always have to think how to say it. Knitosophy. And I haven't blocked this one or anything yet. Or there we go. But this is for my daughter. You can tell I haven't even tucked in those bottom tags yet. This is for my daughter. And this is acacia. And yes, it may look difficult, but it's not. And it is beautiful. And yeah, I made a mistake down here. This was supposed to all be this darker color, but I kind of like it. So I kept it in. I could have ripped it out, but I kept it in. And she wanted full length sleeves, so she's got full length sleeves. Yay! So now today I'm gonna weave in those ends. I'm gonna block it, and we're gonna send it off to her. It wasn't a Christmas present. It was a pattern test. Jamie had 2. I picked up 2. Discovered whenever there's a pattern test, I should never, ever, ever do 2 adult sweaters. Never. It was way too much. So I didn't finish acacia in time. I did finish milkweed in time. And I apologized to Jamie and I told her, I'm so sorry. You know, and she goes, that's okay. I said, please keep me on your list though, because I like your designs. Now she had a lot of things happen there towards the end. So yeah. Anyways, okay, then I made a couple acquisitions. And I don't think I showed you this one. I may have, and I may have forgotten. I kept it over where I keep my my podcast stuff. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I didn't, but I could have put it there afterwards and forgot. And yes, I didn't look at the last podcast. I don't like watching myself. Anyways, this was from Simply Socks, and it was a small batch yarn. The name of the company is a Simply Socks Yarn Company. I always have to look. SSYC. They're from Fort Wayne, which is right down the road from us. And in fact, we used to live there. And I love going in there every once in a while and seeing what small batches they have because I love the speckled one. And I don't think it had a name. Sock weight, needle gauge, dye. Has a dye lot and color 1203. I like it though. So and then Yarnaceous fibers. She is my all-time favorite yarn dyer. Now, I have favorite fiber dyers, but this is my favorite yarn dyer. Yarnaceous Fibers, as she's the one that she has the brachiosaur for her label, which is one of the reasons I like it. I think of my grandson every time. And this is from on her Salta fingering, which is 85% Southwest, 85% Southwest Merino, Southwest superwash merino, and 15% nylon. 437 yarns, 100 grams. Dyna. Oh, Dinosaur Holiday is what it's called. I love it. So, yeah, those are all the acquisitions, which is more than I should have. So, hey, that happens. So, anyways, being as it's the beginning of the year, do any of you guys make resolutions? They don't have to be knitting or crocheting or craft related, but do you make resolutions? I was on our Christian radio station the other day, probably going to physical therapy, because yes, that is something I haven't shared. Or maybe I did, I don't remember. But I do not have to have knee surgery right now. We're going to try to make the leg stronger. For those of you who are new, um, I have osteoarthritis. I got it when I was 40. And it's been bad enough that since I turned 40, I've had both knees replaced, both shoulders replaced, uh, fusion of my cervical vertebrae, a thumb surgery, and then I had to have this one replaced again about 2 years ago, year and a half ago. So I really did not. I pep people up who need knee replacement surgeries by telling them, yes, it will hurt afterwards, but it's a short term hurt, as opposed to what you're hurting or feeling now. And I keep having to tell myself this because with the physical therapy, I'm still having pain in my kneecap, which should be all knee replacement, along with nerves that have healed and everything. Um, and they gave me exercises I've been doing. I see them again on Friday if my insurance approves it. Then I'll have a couple more sessions and we're going to see how it goes then. And maybe I won't have to go back to see the doctor, or maybe I will. I really don't want to have anything done till I get back from California, whenever that's going to be. But hey, if he says we have to have it now and that doesn't work out, then I'll just say, or well, I'm sorry, if he says I have to have it now and Molly still doesn't know a date, then I'll have it now. That would just have to be the way it is. I don't know what else to do. So there's that. But that has nothing to do with my resolutions. Well, in a way it does. Because beginning of November, I started Nutrisystem. Many of you know Nutrisystem is an expensive diet program because you're paying for almost all of your food. You do still need to go out and buy your fruits and your veggies, and flex meals and things like that. So you still have a grocery bill on top of it. It's just your grocery bill shouldn't be as much. But seeing as how my husband has to still shop for him and his father, it turns out to be just about as much. So what I'm doing is I am tutoring to pay for Nutrisystem. So I told my grandkids when I do come out there that you have to realize I still have to tutor 2 hours a day, 2 hours a day to pay for my Nutrisystem. So, and then I had to explain what Nutrisystem was and why I'm doing it. So, anyways, I've lost 10 pounds. Now, I don't think I put down. Okay, I told my husband I'm going to be fully accountable to him, which means for every pound I lose, I'm going to tell him. If I gain a pound, which that does happen once in a while, I tell him. But my goal is by this summer, I will have lost another 15 pounds. Long ways to go, yes, but that's okay. I don't care if it's a long ways to go as long as I can get it working and keep it working. So that's my resolution number one. And it's, because I have to keep with my husband, you know. Then the other thing is I told him, I said, here are the languages I have worked on in the past. I said, I will not do Hebrew because I do not have the mind for learning the symbols and all that. However, so what did I do? I'm learning Ukrainian, which has some of the symbols and things. Some of their letters are very similar to ours, but some of them are symbols, but they're not quite as difficult. I mean, the one that makes the book sound looks like a bee, looks like a fancy bee, but looks like a bee. So and on like that. So I'm learning Ukrainian, and then he said I should keep learning Welsh. So I'm doing those two things through Duolingo. Yesterday, though, I sat down and I was trying to do Ukrainian and nothing was jiving, and I just had to step back and just do everything Welsh yesterday. I worked on Welsh for a while ago, and I got quite a ways into it. But it has been a while, so I started over at the beginning, and it's kind of nice to say, oh, yeah, I know what that is. I know what that is. Coffee means like, and, Borada. I could have started off this by saying Borada, because that means good morning. But, so yeah, and I have fun doing both of them. It's just a matter of I stuck at Spanish, and so I have since then I have tried to find my niche as far as language goes, and I love Welsh. I also like Gaelic. Gaelic, the one that I have to Duolingo, is Irish Gaelic. And I wanted to do Scottish Gaelic. They're not that much different, but there are some words that are different. And so when he said to do Welsh, I thought, okay, I'll do that. I kind of thought he was going to say Gaelic. I was shocked. So my resolution for those two languages is anytime I'm on the computer, I have to work on them. So if I'm on the computer 5 times a day, which I'm not ever on that much, I have to do a language for each one of those times. So then my knitting resolution, let's see how long I can keep this up. For every purchase that I make from January 1st on, I'm not counting the last two, but if I purchase yarn, I have to go through my stash and use yarn for a project. So, hopefully if it's a soup kitchen sock, I go through my scraps at that point, and as long as it still looks nice, and I make socks out of them, so that I should be able to whip off a couple things there. I usually only buy yarn. Well, like for the Afghan, I'll need to because I do not have enough to finish it because you never know how the weather's going to turn. I mean, we could have had a very, very warm December all the way through Christmas. We didn't. Anybody who lives in the States didn't, I don't think. Um, but it's so I didn't want to go too far ahead as far as that. If I do end up having extra yarn, this yarn is so soft, it will make the most beautiful baby blankets. So I've got plans for my stash even before I have stash. For it, I have stash. Boy, do I have stash. Anyways, boy, let's see. Oh no, I have this right here. I have to show you because they're my grandchildren. Now, I didn't bring I should have had my tea out of that cup. My son gave me a cup. And my son and my daughter-in-law and Elsie gave me a cup. And it was cute. It looks like a little cottage with a thatch roof on it. Oh, so then, okay, so every year I get something from World Wildlife Fund. I think it's called, or World Wildlife Federation, or something. I can't remember which one it is. And this year I got a tree frog. But it didn't come and it didn't come. And I thought, okay, well, then I got this from World Wildlife. And I thought, well, I definitely didn't order a beluga whale. I would have, but I didn't. That's weird. Okay. So then, like the next day or so, we got a little box. I thought, well, tree frog could fit in that box. Okay, fine. So we put it under the tree and put the beluga whale under the tree. He is so soft. I haven't named him yet. I could name him Bob. I always get something from there for Lee, our little one who's in heaven. It's, he's never ever gotten to open presents under the tree or, anything like that. So I like to get little stuffed animals and whatever he's like in heaven. Hopefully he's looking down and saying, "Hey, Mom remembered again this year. Mom and Dad remembered." So anyway, so we got this. My husband got. I should have brought it out. So what was in the box was not the frog. I ended up having to call them and tell them, yes, I do want the tree frog. I do it in memory of my son, so I kind of like to have that. They got him from World Wildlife Fund because they got the catalog and they looked through and said, oh, and so their mom said, well, maybe we should get those for everybody in the family. So they got me, I think it's from Molly, the beluga whale, but then my husband got a snow globe with a bee and honeycomb in it. It was so cute. It was stinking cute, I tell you. Then, and then with it came a letter, and this is how I found out. It said, was made in your name by Ms. Molly, and that tells you what was chosen, and then it tells you, what their main purpose is. World Wildlife Fund. I was right the first time. I always call them that. Then usually, if you're adopting an animal, they send you a little information card about the animal. There, mine says beluga whale. Yeah. And then the adoption certificate. So, and tells you why it's threatened, because that's what the money is raised for, is to help them out, because the poor little animals, the ones they sell are the ones that are in danger. Then I got a little cute box, and I'm thinking this was made by Miss Genevieve. It does look like a honeycomb, because it's pink and purple and black on the top. I don't know what the black was. Why the black, but that's okay. Then they made us a honeycomb candle. Yay. Which those are things I hate to ever burn. This is so funny. Genevieve, 2022, as you tried to write to Kimberly. And it's a hand turkey underneath a tree. Oh, the tree's got flowers in it. I just wanted to see. I know they got this from Michael's, because that's where they get their things that they paint. So this will go up on my fireplace above it, because that's where I put the other things that they made me. Then look at that. Isn't that fancy? They told me who did this one. They didn't sign it, so it could be Tobias. Genevieve always signs hers. Tobias. I'm not sure which way it goes. But Tobias. We got a whole big box of presents from them. And this is, she put her initials, GFN 2022. So yes, that's the artwork. I figured I'd have to show you. I talk about my grandchildren quite a bit. If I can figure out how to transfer the picture, I don't know if I'll be doing that. We'll have to see. So anyways, that's everything that I have to share with you today. I think I've covered it all. I'm not showing the dinosaur sweater yet. I may not even work on it this week, because I do want to get at least the collar done in Genevieve's before I go back to the dinosaur. Dinosaur is only 2 colors. It's not as tough to work on, but it's still, So anyways, I think that's about it though, folks. Why is it that I don't do this like I say I'm going to do? I don't know. There for a while, my camera on my computer was not working, facing this way. All at once it started working again. I don't know. But so it was more difficult. I mean, I couldn't put an intro or anything when I did it with my phone. I just had to send the video just as it was. So at least now I can do a little intro. So I think that's it though. So I hope all you guys have a great crafting week. I hope whatever you're working on is successful, that you don't make any mistakes. But if you do, I hope they're little ones that are easy to correct or easy to fix. Big hugs. I love you all. Take care. And God bless and happy 2023. Bye bye.